So Edward was supposed to meet her in her bedroom, so I guess this would be it. Well, that was weird. But beyond that, there isn't really any kind of a lead-in scene here. Just a puzzle on the bedspread.
Skipping threes and skipping fives. Perhaps that's how one derives the answer to this wordy tale. But you won't win. You're bound to fail.
So once again, we have letters we're working with. We need to spell something. But what's this 3s and 5s thing all about? Well, you can move to any space that's either 3 or 5 spaces away. So we can start with either the T or the E. The T maybe makes a bit more sense.
There are stars in space, but no spaces are allowed here. Only stars.
And as Ego just pointed out, if you want to end a word, put in a star. You don't get to use just empty spaces between words.
What did Stoff mean by 3s and 5s?
Well, I already explained that one, Ego. Weren't you paying attention? So an important thing to note, you will skip over a lot of letters, but you can go backwards.
I can't just step anywhere.
So, V, star, sky, star, is, ruddy, your, fate, is, bloody.
Don't think you'll be so lucky next time.
You know the others will try to beat us. But it doesn't have to be that way. Not if you and I work together. We can solve Stoff's puzzle. We can win. You can get what you want, Edward. What is it that you want? Edward, shall I try to guess? I know where the puzzles are to be solved. I know where the puzzles are. I'll take you there. But first...
The smells. It's changing. I can't breathe. I feel so sick.
I will give you everything. I will give you what you want.
So, yeah, there's a bit of cheating going on here. In more ways than one. I don't think the guests were meant to work together, and, Edward certainly wasn't meant to do that with his not-wife. And we can interact with the bed. I'm sure nothing would go wrong if we clicked that after the scene we just saw. I'm sure it's perfectly innocent and... yeah, nothing to see here. Thankfully, literally, nothing to see here, just something to hear. And, yeah, how was your day? Yeah, nothing. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Nothing. Nope. Martine burden and subtlety. Never the two shall meet. So that's all there is to do in here. let's, just leave them to do whatever. I'm very disappointed in you. So, let's try the door across the hall from them.
Oh, it's so beautiful. And... oh, it's a maze. I remember doing something like this when I was a little girl. You have to follow it all the way to the center.
So here we have the guest room for Elinor and Edward Knox. Edward seems to be busy somewhere else. Let's not tell her. Maybe we should? Well, they're ghosts. They can't hear us. But, yeah. Nasty situation. I believe this painting is a real one called The Nightmare. Speaking of nasty situations. Yeah. There are no mistakes, just happy little stab wounds, apparently. So, Elinor made it pretty clear where the puzzle for this room is. Another maze on another rug. But, I mean, the entrance seems to be over here. If we're just to follow it to the center, I mean, it's a straight line. That can't be right.
Don't you just love surprises?
So yeah, here's the actual puzzle. We're playing with chess bishops. So we have 4 black bishops and 4 white bishops, and they move as you would expect a bishop to actually move, in a diagonal line. So, the most fitting thing to do with them seems to be, why don't we switch their positions? Put the white bishops over here, and the black bishops over here. It's a good old religious conversion. So, there is one more rule to take into consideration. And we'll see a bit of that when we make our first move. This bishop only had a choice of one spot to go to. If it moved up here, or to this spot down here, it would be in danger of being captured by a black bishop. So, you cannot move a bishop into a position where one of the opposing color could capture it. So with that, our task is set, and we have to switch them around. These are the kinds of puzzles that I was honestly...
Which way should I go now?
Yeah, here we have to make a choice. But these are the kinds of puzzles where I was a little uncertain about doing this as a full LP, because this particular puzzle...
Which way should I go
I
now?
think the fastest solution I've seen for it is a total of 36 moves. So, we're going to be here for a little bit.
Which way should I go now?
And this isn't even the worst. There is a puzzle in the 11th hour that I think the fastest solution for it is over 90 moves. So, yeah.
Which way should I go now? Which way should I go now?
And I sure hope you like Ego saying that, because he's going to say it a lot.
Which way should I go now?
And, yes, full disclosure, I am naturally looking at a solution that I have jotted down, just so I know where to move everything, because, like I said, this does take a while.
Which way should I go now? Which way should I go now?
It takes a while. But it is something that you can just solve by brute force, just messing around with it enough.
Which way should I go now? Which way should I go now?
So, we're at the halfway point. It is notable that, due to how bishops work, any that starts on a black square is always going to be on a black square. Any that starts on a white square is always going to stay on the white squares. So, basically everything we just did to switch the bishops that are on the black squares, we're now going to do with the white squares.
Which way should I go now? 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 Which way should I go now?
Yeah. I'm sorry that the commentary is not exactly riveting right now, but it's easy to lose my place in everything I'm going through here.
Which way should I go now?
But we're almost at the end.
Which way should I go now? Which way should I go now? Which way should I go now?
And we're done.
No!
So yeah, those are the kinds of puzzles that I was a little bit worried about showing off just because of the length of time that it takes to solve them. But it is what it is. I didn't quite get that, Elinor. Yeah. I'm gonna try reversing that. I think I know what it's supposed to be from having read it, but I've never actually listened to it in reverse, so we'll see how that goes. Insert the footage here.
No one knows what happened next. There's no one left to say. But if you should see it, then stop. Get on your knees and pray.
Right, and with that, I think this is where we're gonna call it for now. We've solved another 4 puzzles. We're gonna go back down to the first floor, and I think we can do so in a stylish way. We just need to go back to the game room. At least I think this should work at this point. Don't look at me like that. And we come out in the kitchen. Through the oven. Well, that seems strange. Now, I did have some people in the comments mentioning that, yeah, there is actually a scene that's supposed to play here. Trouble is, I don't know how or when. And I myself have never actually seen it. Yeah, still nothing going on there. Anything from this viewpoint? Doesn't look like it. But anyway, it is convenient that we came out here in the kitchen, because next time we're headed down to the basement. Also, just to show off the map. So, yeah. Red rooms, I think, are the ones that you have actually solved the puzzle in. White rooms are those that you do not currently have access to, or at least have not been in yet. Because I know I do have access to some rooms up here that I didn't go in just yet. This lighter color means you have been in the room, but you haven't solved the puzzle just yet. So, nice little system there. But yeah, as you can see, there's not an options menu, so nowhere that I could turn on subtitles or anything like that. So, save game 2.
Your game has been saved.
And with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well. You want to take us out here, Stuff?